First connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. A dump down to McKinnon. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley able to drop him for a loss of a couple. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Detroit! Detroit!
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. They're going to try and throw. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he's got room. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Looking to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is going to be 49er football. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Yeah, baby. Guilt trip is here, baby. Guilt trip is here.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Throwing deep here for Coleman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Watching that, Barney. Set. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Detroit! All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. It's caught. Jones. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those...
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Tack McKinley in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Escapes the defender. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
And some room to work. And he's got this down to the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now back to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Back to throw now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. 48.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they've faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
21.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. It got his man. Complete. The 20. 10. Touchdown. 49ers. George Kittle, 76 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
Gold now out to kick it away. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit. Gone. 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 Gone.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So he got free at one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll look to throw here. They'll roll him out right. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. A big gain of 38 there on third down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
20.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to face a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Garoppolo now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And now he'll tuck it and run. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Dante Pettis, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers get a score closer. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Reuben Foster picks him, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Garoppolo on first down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Coleman. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Corey Coleman from 10 yards out. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Gold with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They're going to look to throw. Forced out to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Dancing to his left. Over the middle, complete. It's Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He's back to throw. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
12, 12. Like 80, like 20.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Grady Jarrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Freeman again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Gone! All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Foster running left. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Green 30.
On play action, they'll throw. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs, because there's all that build-up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt, because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so because you had your eyes on the big prize, which was the Lombardi Trophy.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.